Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night! This one's for you!
He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob. Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, race fans from all around the world, tonight we celebrate a dream. One man, one crazy idea. A vision so wild, people laughed, shook their heads and said, that'll never work. But Wayne Bridges didn't back down. No, he said, let's take asphalt cars and run them on dirt. They said he was out of his mind. They said it couldn't be done. But guess what? Bam! Here we are! Welcome to Wayne's World Racing Series, now proudly known as the A.S.S series. Yeah, that's right, asphalt street stocks on dirt, where drivers strap into these pavement beasts and sling them sideways through the clay. This is the wild
and we all saw the sun. Now the dirt explodes, hear that battle cry. Take the ass or kiss that dream goodbye. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Pavement beasts in the dirt, what's up? From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight ass series, baby. This is your night. Race fan.
All right, I got so caught up in the intro that I forgot that we had to jump over to the actual race itself. They're just finishing up in practice now, getting over to qualifying. So I figured now's probably a good time to get over there and do that. Let's just make sure my audio is all set up properly. All right, looks like it is. We have webcam for some reason, Bob. Let's get off of that webcam. There we go. All right, Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at Kokomo Speedway, Kokomo, USA. Thank you for the like, Dawson. Appreciate you, brother. As the guys get over to qualifying, looks like there's about 12 cars set up for today's race. So we'll get down to the track and we'll check out this qualifying. Mikey Mixer, Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges, we can see out there. Right, Angel in the chat. Hello, Bob. Hello, Brian. Hope you have a good race today, sir. All right, qualified Mike Davis, 12.889. Tom Land, 12.932. 12.934 for Mikey Mixter. Got a 13.026, 13.070, and 13.072 there for Brian Angel, Champ for the Bob. And I believe that was Alan Hunt, but Mikey, so Brett Vanwood sliding in with a 13.065. All right. Oh, chat's been going off. What have we got? Hey, brother, may make the non-wing race tonight from Casey McLeod. Don't know yet. Good luck with that. Are these asphalt street stocks or the new dirt street stocks? Asked Jesse Ingram. They are the asphalt street stocks. This is the Wayne's World A.S.S Racing Series. I was about to say, mate, well, since I've been on the rig and made most of that. There's a few people like that, but get back into it, Jess. There's a lot of fun still to be had with them. Tom Land still quick. Well, Tom Land now a quick time, 12.861, 12.889 for Mike Davis. Mikey Mixter, 12.934, 12.947 for Brett Vanderwood and teammate Brian Angel, 12.966. Chad Puttable, 12.977. Gets 6 cars in that sub 13 time. All right, looks like we're just about done with our qualifying. About 20 seconds remaining. Excuse me. Looks like 11. I thought 12 cars. My counting must have been out, but 11 cars. So 2 heat races, 1 for the inside line. Heat 2 will be for the outside line. We'll get that all sorted and get it running. All right, let's get to the grid for our first of our heat racing here today. We've got ourselves the race with the Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series. We still have the Shuler Racing Series to come afterwards, but we'll get the Asphalt Street Stocks out first. Brett Vanderwood and Mike Davis on that front row. Brian Angel and Alan Hunt will be on that second row. Third row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Mr. Christopher Standridge. We don't have our static cams, so we'll just get them over to here, sort of. That's not a very good one, Bob. Let's try this. There we go. All right, there's my coffee done. For those keeping count at the back, out the back, in the audience. Oh my gosh, I'm going to need it. There's a Red Bull in the fridge. I will be getting that very soon. All right, off we go. Looks like Brett Vanderwood getting off to a good start there. Mike Davis, Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, Chris Derridge, Wayne Bridges. 6 cars, 6 heats, 6 laps, sorry, not 6 heats, 6 laps, Bob. Heat 1. Oh, that's a horrible camera angle. Back of the crowd as we race around. Oh, look out! Look out, there goes Brian Angel. We saw that one live, but we're going to get a better view of that. Just hit that infield, the tyres got up in the air and she kept going. That's our first, look at that. Here we go, 2 wheels, 2 wheels, 2 wheels, 2 wheels. Nope, into 1 and 2 will come. And oh, look at that, up on those 2 wheels, the 72, just not able to support it. Over he goes. That was awesome. That's like camera 1. Oh, sorry about the beepy beeps. All right, that's heat 1 done and dusted. Get to our results. All right, in 6th place, Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws. Wayne Bridges finished 5th. Alan Hunt 4th. Outcast Racing's Chris Anderson in 3rd. Mo Diggy Murphy's Mike Davis in 2nd. Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws finished in 1st. The grid for Heat 2 is going to be Tom Land and Mikey Mixter. Chad Putterball and Dawson Potter on that 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be Matthew Land. Right, heat 2, same deal. 6 laps outside line contention. Well, The 91 just up in that midline range there in terms of that restart. The 13, Mikey Mixter, looked like he was going to come down and try that himself, but unfortunately not enough room there. Brian Angel in the chat, nice win. Brent Vanderwood getting his teammate pumped up. Tomlin still out. Oh no, Mikey mixed it. Chad Puttabo. Looked like Chad tried to sneak up through the outside line past Mikey. Not enough room between Mikey and the gap of the wall as we got to the white flag. So we are going to have a finish. What did Tomlin check up for? Why did Tom give the race up? I'm confused. What just happened? Tomlin wasn't a part of any of that prior crash, but he gave up the lead spot. Dawson Potter's our official victor. Let's get to the results for Heat 2 as we line up for the grid. All right, Chad Puttabo, Don't Worry Racing in 5th. Mikey Mixter finished 4th. Tom Land 3rd. Matthew Land in 2nd. KHR's very own Dawson Potter takes out the surprise victory there. Not sure what happened, but here we are. Let's get to the grid for our first of 2 feature races. So on that front row, it's going to be Brian Angel and Chad Puttabo. Wayne. Oh, it looks like it might be an invert. We got the double main events again. We have 225 lap races. I forgot about that. That's why everything's gone so quick. So Brian Angel and Chad Puttabo on that front row. Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter 2nd row. Alan Hunt and Tom Land will be on that 3rd row. Chris Stems and Matthew Land 4th row. Mike Davis and Dawson Potter on that 5th row. 6th row will be Brent Vanderwood as we get our first of 2 twin 25 lap races underway. Birdie AU with the follow. Thank you very much over on the Twitch side of things. Appreciate you just tuning in. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing Leagues Racing Week of Action. We started off yesterday with the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks and the KP Plumbing Olympic Modifieds. Today, the Wayne's World A.S.S Racing Series, as well as the Shuler Racing Series. What is this? I haven't heard that one before. Come here to suffer. We do. That's exactly what we do here. I reckon that was Birdie, but I'm just going to jump over to the stream manager. Double check. There we go. While we're still here. In the beginning. Alright, Chris Standridge, Chad Puttabo. Let's get this grid lined up the right way. Alright, lap 4 of 25. Looks like Christian still in the pits. So just 10 cars on the track. It's going to be Brian Angel and Chad Puttabo. Mikey Mixter and Matthew Land on that 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges 4th. Dawson Potter and Mike Davis. Brett Vanderwood and Tom Land will be on that 5th and final row. Chris may get out in time, but Pace Truck has left the track. So it looks like we're about to get this one going. Are they single file or are they double file? They're double file. All right. Lights up, flags waved, green flag. I'll go 6 laps of 25. We are in. Looks like Chad Puttable really risking that high line there between the car and the wall. Up comes Brian Angel up the track there. Chad's going to stay up high. Oh, Brian Angel, though, having trouble keeping that left-hand side on the track as we come to a quick other caution. Let's check our relative. There's a lot of action going on there. Can't really see. Might be Alan Hunt. Let's have a look at this one. The 72 car, the white, green and black there. Just under the 13 of Mikey and Mixer comes in under the 91091. But yeah, the two-wheel issue is becoming a bit of a problem with some of these cars, as we can sort of see there. Off we go racing again. Chad Puttable, our current race leader. 11 cars still in this battle. Brian Angel second. Dawson Potter moves up the third. Mikey Mixter fourth. Brett Vanderwood fifth. Matthew Land, Wayne Bridges, Tom Lane, Mike Davis, Chris Dandridge, Alan Hunt, the 6 to 11. The contact there, the 09 won the 8. The burn causing a lot of issues with these cars, keeping them on two wheels at times through the turns. At 25, still another 25 a lap double-header feature to come for the Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series before we head on over to the Shuler Racing Series. Three wide, the 9 won, the 09 won, the 92 there. And the 99 could have had been more numerical order if we tried, I think. That's pretty cool. Chad Puttable's got his gap up to about 1.3 seconds. We can see that on the track map there. Looked like Mikey Mixter was coming. Well, thanks for this resub, Alex. Appreciate you, man. 2 months. Thank you so much. Alex, a brother with the resub. Get over and follow. My shoutouts don't work at the moment, so I'm not sure what's going on. I think I've got to completely rebuild everything. But yeah, go and give Alex brother a follow. There's some great FDG content. It is at well, brother. Thank you for tuning in to the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Tuesday, well, Monday night US, Tuesday morning Australian racing action. We've got the Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series. The A.S.S stands for Asphalt Street Stocks. These are asphalt street stock race cars, racing them on dirt though, because these guys are nuts. A coming up on the white flag lap. Chad Putterbowl is still the race leader for our first of two 25-lap features. We've got one more race to go in this series before we move on to the non-Wing 360 sprint cars. So we've still got a lot of racing action to come your way today. Got an hour and a half worth of, probably an hour's worth of racing action still to come. Maybe more, as our Consi race comes to an epic conclusion that's going to set up our feature race. We'll just wait out the Consi results. All right, there we go. Alan Hunt in 11th. Outcast Racing's Chris Denrich in 10th. Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis 9th. Matthew Land in 8th. Wayne Bridges from the Wayne's World Racing Series himself in 7th. KJR's very own Dawson Potter in 6th. Our top 5, though, Motor International's Tom Land. Mikey Mixter in 4th. Brett Vanderwood in 3rd. Teammate Brent Vanderwood for the Yoda Outlaws in 3rd. Teammate Brian Angel in 2nd. Chad Putterbowl Dirt Warrior Racing will take out the victory. Let's try and get to the grid really quickly as they roll out for our feature race. Alan Hunt and Chris Dandridge will be up the front. Let's get up there. Mike Davis and Matthew Land 2nd row. Wayne Bridges and Dawson Potter 3rd row. Tom Land, Mikey Mixer on that 4th row. Brett Vanderwood and Brian Angel, Yoda Outlaws teammates on that 5th row. And on that 6th and final row, Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterbowl. 25 laps. That's who's going to take this one out. Who's going to be in the interview booth at the end of it when it's all said and done? We'll know in approximately 25 green flag laps. So caution came out as quickly as we got that one started. Looks like it was a manual caution because I can't see any crashing in the telemetry. So we'll just we'll stay with Alan. We'll wait till the pack catches back. Actually, we might just go slightly wider for the restart. So Dawson and Matthew, Dawson rejoining at the pack at the back there with Matthew Land. Pace truck's coming back out though. All right, I'm back in just one moment, folks. All right, I saw that as I was coming back, they were just getting started on the race again, but no, yellow flag straight back out. Trying to look through the relative to see if I can see anything, but the telemetry, sorry, but nothing there. Well, not nothing there, just a lot of information there, so it's a bit hard to tell which is which. We won't skip through any of the crashes. We'll just wait for them to line back up and we'll get this one back underway. So anyone else got that bees in a trap or whatever the frick song it is called rap in you stuck in your head because of that stupid TikTok? I know I have. But it's just the start, just the bitches ain't shit and they ain't saying nothing. I don't even like it, it's just stuck in my head, it sucks. Why aren't they getting up on the leaders, hey? There we go, Tom Land, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, sorry, and Brett Vanderwood. With a bit of a Mikey mix that chucked in for a top 5 mix. They are racing tight. Oh, the 13 and the 20. Chad put about Mikey mixed it. I think Mikey owes Chad some money, the way Chad's been driving him. Another caution has come out. That one looks like it might have been Chad, actually. Let's have a look here. There he is, battling alongside the 7. He's going to move up on the 13. Oh, a little bit of contact there. And up he went over. That has been the cause of the crash of the day, basically, has been the old 2-wheel spin. Poor guys. Lap 5 of 25. This one has been quite a cautious affair. I can't get it out of my head. It's just stuck in there. It's got a little swearing in it, so I can't do the second line. I mean, bitch is bad, but, you know, 100 mother truckers that tell me nothing. I'm saying nothing. Who is that? Is that Cardi B, Nicki Minaj? Who is it? It's one of those. Alright, we're off and racing again though, Bob. We're here for the Racing Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series. That's what we're here for, Bob. Not Bob's sing-along. Tom Land, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, the 5, Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, Matthew Lang, Chris Sterridge, Alan Hunt, Chad Puttable, the 6 to 11. As we can see, a lot of these cars, that is having a hard time with that banking, keeping the left-hand tyres on the track. So it's turned into a stunt session, this one. Look at that. That is so cool. That is so damn cool. 3 wide there. The 7, the 44. Caution out, though. The 91. Oh, it looks like 72 of Alan Hunt spinning out there. Right, off we go again. It's a single file restart. This time lap 9 of 25. The Knuckleheadz iRacing leads Wayne's World A.S.S Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at crap, what track are we at? Kokomo. I'm an idiot. Kokomo Speedway. Of course we are, Bob. 91 Tom Land. He has a decent lead here. We've had a few different leaders throughout this race. Caution out again. So 44 Dawson Potter that time. Just 20 minutes till the next race opens. Still got about 13 laps to get through. So lap 12 of 25. Once we get this one underway again, one more lap around the track before the pace truck will leave. It's going to be Tom Land, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, Brian Angel, Matthew Land, Chris Stenridge, Chad Puddleball, Alan Hunt, and Dawson Potter in the 11th spot. 11 cars in this race. They all still remain on the track. Who's going to take out our feature battle? Biggest issue today seems to be the tyres left side of the car just getting a bit loose on the bank and leaving the track. Bit of stunt wheel, two-wheel driving going on. Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, the 5, Mike Davis and Mikey Mixter, Matthew Land, all battling for that spot right now on our screens. That's 4th, 5th and 6th. All contact between the 99 and the 091. That's going to send Matthew Land off track into an infield tyre. He might have been able to get back on the track and keep it going. Lost a few spots, but no yellow flag. As we keep watching the Mike Davis, Mikey Mixter battle. Brian Angel's going to join into that one now. Oh, caution has come out. Can't quite see what that one was for, but so it would have been Chad Puddleball and Brian Angel as those two are stopped on the track map. Sorry guys, just going to grab this for you a second. Alright, our race is restarted, 17 of 25. I just have to run out the front to grab something. The driver will be back in 2 minutes, guys. Sorry about this. right, 23 of 25. We are so close to getting this feature race done. We've still got plenty of time, 10 minutes until the Shuler Racing Series actually opens up. I thought, hey, what's going on? Sorry, guys. Trying to get that other song out of my head, but that's the other co-part to it, I'm sure. All right, off we go. Looks like it's going to be a green, white, checkered finish, 24 and 25, 24th and 25th laps to come. The green flag lap to get up to speed, the white flag lap to decide the finisher. Tom Land, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixer, Brian Angel, Mike Davis, the top 5. Let's see if Tom Land can hold on. It has been a hell of a battle. There goes that front left. Definitely can't wait to ask about what that feels like. Alright, there we go. Feature race for the Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series done and dusted. Tom trying to get up onto the victory lane there as the 92 Wayne Bridges, the Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series leader here, boss himself, just says g'day to Tom Land, and it's not a bad shot. We'll get that one right there. All right, Matthew Land, Motor International driver in 11th, Alan Hunt 10th, Dawson Potter for KHR in 9th, Outcast Chris Energy in 8th, Brett Van Toyota Outlaws in 7th, Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball in 6th, Mo Diggy Mafia's Michael Mad Dog Davis in 5th, Mikey Mixer 4th, Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angel in 3rd, Wayne Bridges from Wayneswood Racing Series in 2nd, but Motorwear International's Tom Land takes out the victory. We can see him there on victory lane. Let's get his deets on our screen. Get over to the Discord, have a bit of a chat with him. I think I've got the interview label one on this screen. No, I don't. I've got to get that all sorted. One day, Bob. One day. All right, this man started 6 spots back after the Consi run. And actually, no, we're going to start there. We're going to start there. Congratulations, Tom, taking out the race tonight. Obviously, we'll get the props out first. But I want to jump back to the Consi race. Second last lap to go in the race. There was a bit of a crash that you weren't involved in. But as you came through 3 and 4, I'm not sure if you had some engine trouble, some accelerator problems, but you seem to have conceded the spot, the lead spot in that race to Dawson. Was that just sort of a strategic thing because of the inverted start in the feature, or what happened there? Oh, the heat race. Sorry, the heat race coming into the concert. Yeah. Oh, of course. That makes a lot more sense. I should have just checked the points. That would have sort of clarified things. But geez, yes, as I say, 6 rows back, 6 spots back, 3 rows back. We had a few different leaders here tonight. I think if I was able to sort of go through and check that out, which I know there is a graph to check it, but I don't have access to that right now. I would need at least 3 or 4 leaders at any one point. I know that Chad was up there yourself. A couple of the other guys were in with a shot, but Wayne was up there. Wayne was fast. I think the biggest trouble with anyone tonight was the faster you were, the more like stunt performance you became. And what I mean by that is that you seem to keep the rear left wheel on the ground a fair bit, but the front left was up in the air. A lot of those guys either were just getting up on 2 wheels, some were able to hold it, some didn't, and were flipping completely over. But was that just a mixture of the track giving the cars a little bit more speed than they can hold and keep like aerodynamically on the track? What was going on there?
like that, and
Yep.
really helped.
It definitely looked like it was, yeah, it sort of looked like a late model race almost at like Cedar Lake or something with the way that front left was coming up. You normally don't see it in the street stocks. They don't normally go, you know, a lot of people sort of go, if you can get that front left to left around the turns as you're set, then yeah, you're going fast. Yeah, you're doing the right thing. You put enough sort of front right grip and bite into it and stuff. But yeah, some of those guys, it looked like some of them were great. Some of them were able to get it up there and have it up on those two wheels on a very good angle, but able to get those wheels planted back into the ground, keep it going. I reckon I would have been in the latter group where I would have just kept going. Like the old overcorrect or understeer would have just sent
That
me
was quite a
flying.
few flips just
Uh,
by yourself doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And
It's
I
sort of
did it in practice, and yeah, it was like I think I did it in qualifying too,
I was going to say,
and
so
all of a sudden,
it was something that was sort of apparent early on that was going to be a problem.
yeah, oh yeah, it was, and it's like once it gets over to a certain point, there's no recovery. It's you're going, and then you roll it, and it's but it was fun. These are fun on dirt. They're really a lot of fun.
No, definitely. It's been. I think it's been that series where it's definitely coming into it. I was like, I definitely want to see what this series is like because asphalt. I know that with iRacing they did tend to have asphalt cars racing on dirt, and you can have like there will be some dirt tires available and stuff like that. And you guys make them look great, but to me it's you've just taken a car from asphalt, stuck it on the dirt with absolutely no prep, and they don't stick. I can't set them. I can't race them. You make them look so easy and so racy. But yeah, it's definitely become my standout competition in terms of the races each week. It's the one that just produces the most amount of surprises across the board. Like you say, these cars are going too fast today. They were flipping. In other weeks, we've had races. Well, we had races like this today where they're constant three wide battles for position, things like that. It's just such you look at it on paper. You in first, Matthew, your son in 11th. There was almost exactly 5 seconds between you two. But realistically, on the track, like positions wise, everyone was having their own little battles. There was no one sort of not racing for a spot or for a chance or an opportunity. And that's what this series I think has really done. It's brought that out in a lot of you. I said it yesterday about that one of the races, but I can say it about this one as well. You could race this race 10 times on the same track with the same 11 people and probably never have the same results twice. Like it's that competitive.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, look at qualifying. The whole field was in 4/10.
Yeah.
Less than half a second, and oh, it's just a tight field, and it kind of whoever figures out the line first and keeps it on the ground, is who's gonna do well and win.
Yep.
Um, it's crazy. It's pretty cool that Wayne and I were the only car in the 12s for our best lap during the feature.
That's yeah, and that I think that was sort of became sort of a double-edged sword in that the cars were definitely capable of getting those times. It's just that setting it, how deep in the corner do you set it? Do you risk that flip? Do you take the real estate from someone else? Do they give you that entry into the corners? Things like that. So I think there was definitely a few cars that are capable of that sub 12-second time. But yeah, like you say, I think the closest to it was 13:07. We did have a 12:99 for that was Wayne. Brian and yourself don't have the times listed for some reason. But yeah, 13:10, 13:26, 13:37, 13:48, 13:13, 13:25. They're all very, very close with each other. We've always spoken about that. Race speed is probably like if we looked at if we're able to put stats to you guys' names and driving, I think the race speed stat would be the most average across the board in terms of highest number and lowest number.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But I've still
yeah.
got
It's
one
it's
more.
just fun.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. Still got one more crazy race to go, and I think this is sort of the indicator. It depends. I feel like the Shuler Racing Series is always a little bit wilder than the Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series. So we sort of judge the A.S.S
Yeah,
Racing first, and then go, okay, the non-wing 310s, the 360s, sorry, are going to be just as, if not a little bit more crazy. Probably not in the flippy sense, but in the wheel stand and contact sense, it's going to be fun. That opens up in a couple of minutes, so I'll give you a chance to stretch those legs, hit the little Motor Wear International Boys room, and all of that sort of stuff. Checking with the crew chief. Before we do, my man, Friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out to for making all this
Oh,
possible?
yeah, MotoWare, of course. That's our in real life company, and
Yep. Proud sponsors of
having
late
fun
models.
doing it here, and yep, and yeah, having great, and once again, thanks for what you do for us. Appreciate it.
Oh, mate, it is like I say, I'll always the level of talent and coattails to be able to ridden in this group. Yeah, I've got the easiest job in the world. I just get to sit here and watch some awesome racing, put it out to the world, and let the viewers join in. And yeah, that's something that we can come into any racing series with any combination of track and car and go, yep, we know this is going to be a show, and we know that it's good because you can come in and not go, all right, let's watch XYZ win again this week and dominate the boys. It's always a competition, and you just never know until that checkered flag who is going to be in the winners booth. So congratulations, man. Hopefully you
Thank
do
you very
well
much.
in the non-wing 360s. I keep calling them 310s, 360s. And we will talk to you again hopefully soon. But if not, we'll see you again tomorrow night, hopefully in the MotoWare International Limited Late Models.
All righty, have a great day.
You too, man. Bye. All right, that was Tom Land. He was our victor here tonight. Brian Angel in the chat. Nice win, Brent, for the first Consi. Nice win, Tom, for the feature race. All right, we've got a few minutes before we can click over to the practice session for the Shuler Racing Series. So we'll bump on over to the, I think it's the Shuler intermission. Hopefully I'll pick the right one. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world,
Actually, I might.
tonight we do things a little different. Because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under.
Nope, that's not the right one.
Fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heart beat with the sound of roaring engines. Phil Shuler, this series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you love with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Shuler Racing Series, and it's go time!
For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Shuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute of flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt Warrior Racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Shuler Racing Series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all fulfilled. It's passion and drive, a racing still. Dirt's flying, tires grinding, we light up the track with feel in our hearts. We ain't ever looking back. This is more than a race, it's a legend in flame, and we'll ride till the end in the Shuler name. Yeah, we ride every turn, every fight, fulfill under the lights.
Race fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight we remember the man behind the name, the man who's...
Alright, BobbethTV is back. You know what that means? We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. We just finished up with the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Wayne's World A.S.S Racing Series over at Kokomo Speedway, Kokomo, USA. Now we're heading to Braston, USA for the Shuler Racing Series non-wing 360 sprints here at Lanier National Speedway. Legend where legends are made and dreams ain't easy, as that Shuler intro tells us. They're currently in practice at the moment, so we're going to stay on our little break that BobbethTV is on, but we'll just flick on over to that screen so you can see the racing action, see some times. We've got Von Mead, Chad Putterball, Brian Angel, Tom Land, Matthew Land, Mikey Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Dorset Potter, Mike Davis, Brett Vanderwood on the track. So enjoy the practice session, and we'll be back soon. All right, BobbethTV is back. Got about 3 minutes left in practice to go. So Von Mead's still the quickest one out there with a 12.753. Looks like his last lap 13.136. You see a 13.8, 13.7, 13.4 there. So 13.1 quite quick. Chad Putterbowl, Tom Land, Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, second, third, fourth, and fifth quickest. Kent McLean, Wayne Bridges, Mike and Mixon, Matthew Land, Mike Davis, and Brett Vanderwood round out the 6th to 11th quickest. We'll have to see how qualifying goes though. Dawson looks a little bit quicker than some of these other guys out there at the moment, so you've got to wonder if he'll be able to do better than that 5th place in practice when it does transfer over. Cowboy Rusty in the chat. Hey, Dr. Bob. Hey, Cowboy. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Appreciate you. We're just starting our second of 2 races. We started off with the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Wayne's World A.S.S Racing Series. That's asphalt street stocks. That was won by Tom Land at the 91 machine. He's currently 3rd quickest in these. These are the non-wing 360 sprints. So sprint cars without any wings. So the one thing that makes sprint cars safe and aerodynamic, we've taken them off and put the boys out on the track. This is the Shuler Racing Series in honor of Phil Shuler, sprint car legend. Just watch Brett Vanderwood kill himself as practice is really close to wrapping up. There's Wayne Bridges, the 92. Monday night in the States, Tuesday morning Australian. I hope everyone's had a great start to the week, or whatever portion of the week it is. But yeah, I hope everyone is well. Good shot over the front right there of the 13 Mikey Mixter there. A minute remaining before we head on over to qualifying. Then it'll be 2 heats. Thought I was watching the old fender benders for a minute. You missed out earlier tonight with the asphalt street stocks, the R series. The track was so banked that cars were getting up on 2 wheels coming around the corners. The front, the right hand was getting so much grip, the left side was leaving the ground, and cars were going around the turns on 2 wheels, some flipping all the way over. It was awesome. It was some crazy stuff. Was not expecting that, but the boys said it was going on since practice, and yeah, it was a thing to watch. Oops. All right, that wraps up our practice session. Von Mead is going to be the quickest in that one with a 12.753, 13.716 for Brett Vanderwood on the other end of that spectrum, so just under a second difference. We expect that to come down to about half a second, 4/10 in qualifying in terms of the difference between 1st and 11th. But we'll have a look now. We'll see the new National Speedway qualifying. The track just resetting a little bit there, but still maintaining a little bit of action on it. We can see a little bit of the marking still. So track coming along nicely. As that darkens up, that will slicken. We'll get quicker. Matthew Land, 091. He is the first one out on the track. The 75, the 92, the 91. Everyone keen to get out there, get those times in quick. Probably less pressure to set a time than it is to try and chase a time. Oh, look out. That is... I don't know who that was. Matthew Land, he's going to lock in our first time, 14.039, 14.013. Then we get a couple of 13s, 13.908 for Tom Land. Kent McLean, though, 13.677. As we're riding along here with the 99, that's the 75, that's the 7. 13.550, 13.761, 13.816. We're starting to see a lot of sub-13s coming in, or sub-14s rather. Oh, it looks like we might have even got an extra driver, 9, 10, no, still got the 11 in the field here. I think we lost 1, gained 1, so we lost someone, got Von Mead into the battle. Chris Standridge, I think it is, we've lost. Von Mead though, 13.483 beats a very fast 13.550. Tom Land 13.761, 13.803 for Chad Puttable. Mikey Mixter 13.816, 13.857 for Wayne Bridges in 6th. 7th, Dawson Potter 13.871. Then we get in the 14s, 14.011 for Brian Angel, Matthew Land 14.039, 14.102 and 123 for Mike Davis and Brent Vanderwood. As it looks like qualifying has wrapped up. Still got about 200 bit minutes to go. So if there's anyone joining late, they might still have some time. But the race team will push that one through very shortly to our 2 heats. Obviously, first heat will set the inside line up for our feature race. And then the outside line will be decided by heat 2. Can't see if there's more than one feature. I'll have to wait till we get closer to that to determine. All right, looks like we are flicking on over to the racing action. Get ourselves set up for that. All right, first heat is going to be Von Mead and Tom Land on the front row. Mikey Mixter and Dawson Potter on that second row. Third row is going to be Matthew Land, Brent Vanderwood. This is heat 1 of the non-wing 360 sprints here at Lanier National Speedway. The Shuler Racing Series for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Let's get our last bit of racing going for the night. Oh, those steady cams are going to be a bit early on the switch, are they? All right. Do like the depth of field position, but Von Mead, Tom Land, Mikey Mixter, Dawson Potter, Matthew Land, and Brett Vanderwood. 6 cars, 8 laps. Lanier National Speedway. Pace trucks left the track. Barney's waving that flag. We are racing. Von Mead and Tom Land are going to battle it out up the front. Looks like Von Mead might have the run down low. Tom getting that car a bit more sideways, able to hold that speed through the high line. Dawson Potter back there in third with Mikey Mixter, Matthew Land and Brett Vanderwood rounding out the rest of that field. But 3 of 8. Is handling these non-wing 360 sprints okay so far. It's going to be a bit of follow the leader though, as the track will be quite tacky. Not really that slick or worked up yet. Instead of see it starting to slick up just before the start finish line though, which is unusual. Bit of slickness there. Oh, 91 Tom Land up into the wall. That might have caused some damage to the front end. Did not look like it wanted to turn despite those wheels being hard left. Yellow flag has come out. Doug Norton, thank you for the like as we get our first caution in the Shuler Racing Series. Tom Land just hitting that wall, losing all steering at the front. And well, obviously where you go, it's going to have steering bob at the back. And having to go to the pits for repair. Also, the 91 still in the pits. It's going to be Von Mead and Dorsepot on that front row. Mikey Mixture and Matthew Lamb behind them in the second row. Lane choice will be Brent Vanderwood on that third and final row. Race trucks left the track. We're going to get our last 2 laps going. It's going to be lap 9 of 10. Extended out 2 laps for our green-white checkered finish. Battle's going to be with Dawson and Mikey there for a moment. Von Mead off to a great start on that restart as we come around for the backstretch for the last time. Well, last time in heat 1 at least. Von Mead's going to get the checkered flag. Dawson closely behind him with Mikey Mixter taking that third podium spot. We'll get to the official results in just a moment. Heat 1 of the Shuler Racing Series done and dusted. Unfortunately, Tom Landau, prior winner in the Wentworth A.S.S Racing Series, in 6th place in Heat 1. 5th place is his son, Matthew Land. Brett Vanderwood for Yacht Outlaws in 4th. Mikey Mixter 3rd. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 2nd. But Mediocre Racing's Von Mead will take out the number 1 spot. The feature start in the feature race, pole position. Now we're going to get over to Heat 2, outside line. Who's going to start alongside him? Will it be Kent McLean and Chad Puttable on the front row of this heat? Second row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Brian Angel. Third row with Lane Choice and Mike Davis. This is it. Last heat race for the night before we get to our final lot of feature racing. Actually, I can probably see that now. No. Does not give you the laps anymore. The there we go, feature there. It tells me here and this stuff. Alright, so you get 100 frames. Look at that. Let's get rid of this horrible screen. Alright, Knuckleheadz iRacing League Shuler Racing, your Series Heat 2. We're about to start down the backstretch. We'll head into 3 and 4. Pace truck will leave the track. These boys will fire 8 laps minimum of heat race action. Off we go and racing. Ken McLean, Chad Puttable, Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis. They come that second time, lap 3 of 8. Still the same order. Kent McLean, Chad Puttable, Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis. They've got a bit of a decent gap between each of the cars between them. Everyone got their own real estate. Some of them are having to really slide some of that speed off though. Non-wing 360 sprints, a lot more tamer than I was expecting. It's still pretty fun racy-wise, but I was expecting potentially a little bit more difficulty. We'll have to wait and see how they go with the feature race with 11 cars. But yeah, it looks like everyone's sort of really in a good place at the moment, racing-wise. Brian Angel still trying to hold off Wayne Bridges for that podium finish. It's a lap 6 of 8. There's 2 to go. All right, white flag and lap. Ken McLean has led this from go to woe. He is going to be the man lining up potentially alongside Von Mead in the feature race. Epic Plumbing Services 75. Gets the check flag. Heat 2 done and dusted. That's our heat racing done for the day. Just one more lot of heat racing to go. That's tomorrow. The Motor International Limited late models. We've got one more feature race to come for the broadcast. we get those results on our screens in just a moment. Oh, I was looking for the feature results for this Heat 2, Bob. All right, Heat 2. Mike Davis from Modig Mafia in 5th. Wayne Bridges in 4th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel 3rd. Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable in 2nd. But Bam Motorsports driver Kent McLean gets the win in Heat 2. That's going to give our grid as follows on that front row. Von Mead and Ken McLean. Dawson Potter and Chad Puttable 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be Mikey Mixter. But I do see one of those cars pulling out. Michael Mixter, Brian Angel, 3rd row. 4th row is going to be Brett Vanderwood and Wayne Bridges. 5th row, Matthew Land and Mike Davis. 6th row and lane choice will be Tom Land. Let's just jump over to the Discord very quickly. Have a look at our point situation. Winner and points leader. So Travis McDonald and Kent McLean. So Kent McLean looks like he is not going to be on that front row with Von Mead. Oh no, he is. Oh, maybe we've missed a race. I didn't broadcast last week, so I'm not sure who the winners are for that one. It looks like it's Chad Puttable that has gone to the rear. So the new order: Ken McLean, Von Mead, front row, Brian Angel, Dawson Potter 2nd. 3rd will be Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter. 4th, Matthew Lane and Mike Davis. Tom Land and Brett Van Wood on that 5th row, and Chad Puttable for Dirt Warrior Racing will have the 6th and lane choice spot at the rear field. So that's wet throat as we get lap 1 of 50 underway. 50 laps of non-wing 360 sprint action. McLean, Von Mead, Dawson Potter, Brian Andrew, Chad Puttable, the 5. Matthew Land, Mikey Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis, Tom Land, the 6 to 11 as our first caution comes out. Looks like it might be Tom Land. He's at the rear of field. Chad Puttable also in pit lane, but I think it is going to be this one. A little bit of a thing up the front, which sent some accordion that back through the field. The 91 ended up getting spun out. Alright, Pace Track leaving the track. We're going to get lap 6 of 50 underway. Ken McLean, Von Mead, Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, Chad Puttable, Matthew Land, Mikey Mixter, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Tom Land, and Mike Davis. This is our 11 car field. Dawson Potter, 4th and 5th. We see Brian Angel, Von Mead, Ken McLean just up ahead of them. Jump back to the back half of the top 10 there. Caution back out. Maybe Matthew Land on that one. Let's have a quick look there. There he is there, the 091, the red, white and black machine. Gets sideways in front of the 13, but that's not the caution. Gets sideways again. And just clipped, I think, the 92 and then into his father, the 91. That's our second caution for the 360 sprints. All right, so we're going to get this one back underway in just a moment. Kent McLean, Von Mead still the front row. Chad put by Brian Angel second. Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Michon, that third row. Fourth row, Dawson Potter, Mike Davis. Fifth row, Tom and Matthew Land. Wayne Bridges will have lane choice on the sixth and final row. Bit of a gap there between the two rows as Von Mead is our starter there on list. Kent McLean took the high line as the road choice. About 15 of 50. Kent McLean still our race leader. On me, Chad put by second and third. Brian Angel, Tom Land fourth and fifth. Tom Land went from that fifth row, about ninth place, up into fifth in the last few laps. He is absolutely sending it. Get this race green flag action coming along now, about 3 or 4 laps in so far. McLean, he is off to quite a significant lead over second and third there, about 3 seconds. It's Chad put a bump on Mead. Oh, I get hiccups. 14.071 is quick time Tom Land. He is sending it. He's now fourth place. Chad Puddleby's falling back to third. Von Mead's moved himself back up to the second, but 4 seconds ahead of them. Kent McLean, we can see it on the track map there. He's just coming out of four. He's coming over the start finish line as we speak. Racing on up against Brett Vanderwood in that 11th position. He's untouchable out there tonight. Halfway mark of our final feature race for the evening. Vanderwood becomes our first official lap to the car as the 75 of Kent McLean gets around him. And racing up on Matthew Land and Mike Davis very soon. Is our second place driver, Von Mead. Great shot from that front right. Just to get an idea of what sort of speed he is travelling on and how slick that track is. It's our race leader, Kent McLean, just doing a bit of more lap traffic. 091 of Matthew Land. He'd already gotten by the 99 of Michael Mad Dog Davis as well. Out. Looks like it might have been Brian Angel there, the 7 car for Yoda Outlaws. Let's have a quick squiz. There he is there, getting very sideways. Manages to get the exit going quite well though. 3 and 4. Just clips that wall and that's what sends his race car all the way around. 7 with the Shuler Racing logo on there as well, supporting the division nicely. Get to our blip, a third restart for the night, so not too bad. 27 laps in, a little over halfway into the feature race, and our third caution for the night. Race trucks left the track. Kent McLean, Tom Land, Chad Putball, Von Mead, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixed, Matthew Lamb, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis, everyone. But Kent McLean has got the advantage. Nope, that's going to bring out another caution. I imagine the 92 machine just slammed into the wall on restart there. But yeah, as I was going to say, Kent McLean 4-second lead prior to that other caution in this restart. So those guys getting a very good second chance at things here as we regroup and set this one back up. Off we go, and racing Tom Land, Kent McLean, Vaughn Mead, Chad Putball, Dawson Potter, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixon, Matthew Lamb, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges. Tom Land has been absolutely sending it this race. One of those restarts was all the way back on the 5th row, back in 9th position. 2 laps later was up there in top 5. He is now our race leader. 34 of 50 laps in. Kent McLean had such a significant lead too. He's now got that one back again. As Tom Land falls back to 2nd, Von Mead, Chad Putterbowl battling for 3rd and 4th. Currently right along with our 6th place Brian Angel, just outside that top 5. Dawson Potter up there ahead of him on that quite a high line. Tom Land, of course, our winner in the prior race, the Waynesboro A.S.S Racing Series, asphalt street stocks on dirt. So has been on a bit of a tear this evening, but can he get the job done with about 12 laps to go? Kent McLean has been quite dominant this battle, up to 4-second lead at one point. He's got it out to about a half second now, but it is building rapidly. Right along with the 6th place Brian Angel still there. 4th place Chad Putterball, there's the top 3 up ahead of him. On Mead, Tom Land and Kent McLean. Almost 10 to go, lap 40 just about done as the 75 we can see on the track map exiting for getting that start finish line. 10 officially to go in this battle, as he's got that lead out to about 1.7. It is just continuing to climb over Tom Land. Tom Land might have raced those tyres off, run out of bite. To watch Dawson Potter back here in 5th, try to get his top 4 spot back from Chad Putterball. Chad Putterball trying to race up to Von Mead to get into that top 3 run. Mikey mixed with Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges as well. Six and a half laps left in this 50-lap battle. These boys have done tremendous with the non-wing 360 sprints. As I say, the one thing that makes the sprint cars drivable is an adjustable wing that allows you to sort of play with the aerodynamics and the downforce. So take that away, and this is what you've got. But these boys make it look so damn easy with 5 to go. Kent McLean got it out to about almost 4-second lead over Tom Land there. So able to race his way back into a considerable race lead. Might still have an opportunity for one more restart. We never know. A couple of guys still racing positional battle elsewhere. We've got the 091, the 20, the 44 right there. 20 and the 44, they're battling for top 5. Oh, Chad spins out though. That is going to give us potentially a green-white checkered finish. Fortunately on lap 48. Not what Kent McLean wants. Not when you've got a 4-second lead over the second place car. You do not want a restart, but here we are. We want a restart because it makes for great TV. And, you know, it gives Tom Land another run to see if he has got any tyres left on that sprint car. But it should be Kent McLean, Tom Land on at the front row. Von Mead, Dawson Potter second. Ryan Angela, Mikey Mixed will be that third row. Wayne Bridges, Brett Van Wood fourth. Mike Davis and Matthew Land fifth row. Sixth row will be Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball. Oh, single file. So that is the one advantage for Kent McLean. Tom Land, second. Dawson, third. Fourth, Von Mead, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixer, Wayne Bridges, Brett Van Wood, Mike Davis, Matthew Land. Chad put all the rest of this field as we get this green-white checkered run finished. 52 or 53 laps in. We can get this lap completely done and dusted. Then it will be a white flag lap run, no yellow flag. The KP Plumbing LLC sprint car is in the lead. Tom Land about half a second back, so I don't know if he's going to have enough as he drops to a full second through that turn. 3 and 4 for the last time. Checkered flag. Ken McLean takes it out. Tom Land second. Dawson Potter looks like he's got the third spot on the podium as we await our official results. There we go. Chad Putterball Dirt Warrior Racing will finish in 11th. Mikey Mixed at 10th. Matthew Land 9th. Yoda Outlaws Brett Vanderwood in 8th. Modig Mafia Mike Davis 7th. 6th Wayne Bridges. Our top 5 Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angel. Mediocre Racing's Von Mead in 4th. Dawson Potter for KHR in 3rd. Motorway International's Tom Land 2nd, but BAM Motorsports and KP Plumbing's Kent McLean gets the job done in the 50-lap feature. Get his deets up on the screen as the fireworks go off. I'm not sure if we've got a victory lane camera. Let's have a quick squeeze. We do. I was trying to go back a few laps and see if I can't get the cars back on the screen, but I can't do it. All right. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. All right, I think I've got it all sorted. Let's get on over to the interview channel and say g'day to Kent McLean. We found out late that he was showing up tonight, so wasn't able to race the Wandsworth A.S.S Racing Series. But when he gets home and can get on the track, he will give it his all, and give it his all he did. There was a few times there I was a little bit worried for you, Kent, but congratulations, man. The 360 sprints, non-wing variety, Lanier National Speedway round is yours. Were you expecting good things coming into tonight?
Yeah, I love these cars and love Lanier. That's actually one of my favorite tracks to run on dirt. Um, Actually, one of the first tracks I actually learned
Yep.
when I started iRacing. So I've always been really comfortable with this track. So that helped out a lot.
Now we saw that several times throughout the night. You had a plus 4 second lead over the boys. Tom Land, there was a I think second or third restart. He started alongside son Matthew back on the fifth row, back in ninth spot, and within a lap or two was up there in the top five, and then another lap or two was up there challenging for that race lead. He was really coming. And then there was a caution again, and they had to reset, and you had to sort of have that even closer challenge. Do you feel like Tom just maybe raced those tyres off a couple of laps a little bit early than he wanted, and that's what attributed to you getting that back out to 4 seconds? Like I think there was you'd climbed about half a second through the turns on him on that green white checkered start, but he looked like he was going to be your main competitor. Were you concerned at any point?
Yeah, we had one. I think the second caution we had. I chose the Highline, which I
Yes.
fudged up on that one, which it was getting pretty slick up top, and he had that all that moisture down low, and he just was able to throw that slider on me, and when I tried to turn back underneath him, it was just I was in the slick, so I couldn't drive back by him, and luckily I think a few laps later, he bumped the going down the back straightaway. He bumped that wall, and it sucked him in it, and he couldn't get out of it to set the car up in time. And I was able to dive underneath him and get past him there. But that was the saving grace because I don't know if I would have got back by him. I would have had to throw a slider, and uh, yeah. So
Yeah, I think that might have been thinking about it now. I think that might have been the point that yeah, I think he used up everything he had to sort of get that race lead, and then once you were able to sort of challenge him and get that back, that was sort of the last of his shots at you in that regard. Looked like a lot of the guys were able to maintain. The track was getting quite slick. There was a fair amount of angle. Early on, we saw a lot of angle where guys were trying to wash off a little bit of speed so they didn't flow up the track, take out a bit of real estate, things like that. But towards the end, it looked like you really you had no choice but to you were quite almost over 45 degrees sort of set. Not you personally, but a lot of the drivers racing through the turns to try and keep that speed. Was the slick sort of working with the cars tonight, or were you fighting against it a bit?
no, I mean it helps you set up the car, especially for on the Highline. These are big throttle control
Yep.
cars because if you let off too much, you get too sideways. Um, so it definitely it helped me run the Highline because knowing this track with big cars on it, it's going to go top dominant because everybody's going to just eat up that low line and it's going to be gone. So you have to be able to carry your momentum. But that Highline, it was a fine line. You know, I was letting off a lot. I mean, once I entered, I would let off until I come up almost the center of the corner, and then I'd roll back into it just because that's how much you would actually slide through the slick.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a fast track, which these cars I just have fun with. I run it hard as if I wreck, I wreck. I run it as hard as I can. So the other ones, these this is like a fun class to me, and they're a blast to drive. So I'll drive the wheels off that thing. So um, in these cars it's all or nothing for me. So
Yeah.
uh,
Well, look, you guys, you're really good at the sort of behind the eight ball style of racing, where it's unusual car class and track, and Monday nights US, Tuesday mornings Australian. Obviously, it's sort of become that night. Obviously, we've got the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series, asphalt street stocks on dirt, and then you've got the non-wing variety of midgets, non-wing sprint cars, etc. That have just been putting on racing that they're sort of both races. I sort of expected, and we did have a little bit of it in both races where there were some cautions and things like that. But to me, they would be the two biggest mayhem style racing divisions. But you guys make them like it's. I think that promotes more competitiveness. You know, you see a lot more three wides, a lot more, guys racing in sixth and seventh as if that was first and second. Personally, you know what I mean? Like there really is a lot of pride in what you guys do and how well you do it on the track out there. And for two divisions that really should be, not a lot of people have a handle on it until you sort of get towards where we are now, coming into the last half of that season. That last quarter is obviously where most of the people were sort of like, finally got it, if they hadn't already. But no, you guys, as I said, from first to 11th, there was just always something going on. We could jump back and watch Matt Land and Brett Vanderwood battle out for 9th and 8th, and then all of a sudden see the same thing happening up in 2nd and 3rd, or 1st and 2nd. It's awesome, and I really like. It's funny, each season I have one or two races that I personally love to broadcast more so than the others, and this night I think is the fun one for me. It's the toughest because I watch such good racing, but I'm enjoying it myself. I'm watching it as a viewer myself, in terms of who's going to win and how well you guys do. But I'm supposed to actually call it, and that's the hard part because it's so fun to watch and just take in. And then, likewise finishing up tomorrow, obviously with the Motor International Limited late models. A lot of people, they'll be like, oh, if you race late models, race pros or supers, they're way more fun. And you guys have made the limiteds another series that has been pretty competitive. I think 3-4 different winners in that series. I don't know who won last week, but we're at February tomorrow. It just doesn't matter what style of car or track we put you in. They're just, you guys master it quick and then go, all right, here's that info. Here's what I've learned. Here's not everything I've learned, but here's what I've learned about this little bit here. And, the rest of the guys get better. And then suddenly, the top 5 in this race, vastly different to the top 5 in the earlier race, which was vastly different to the top 5 in the 2 races yesterday. It's awesome. No one person with the advantage, and, you weren't even a sort of a designated driver tonight. It was sort of a maybe at that point. And then to come in and just, win against them, it's just awesome to watch.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, like with especially Monday nights, because you don't, I mean, and it's not just necessarily Mondays, but, you don't never know who's going to win. Like we talk week in, week out, the competition is getting better and better each week. So, like I think last week, Chad, dominated, I think, a couple nights or whatever. And, and then all of a sudden I come in and win. And then, I think either Tom or Alan may be, the top guys in the A.S.S series. So, I mean, it's just, it's not the same driver winning all the time. So I mean, everybody's getting quicker, and it's harder to come up through the field when you have EOLs, which it makes, like for me, if I get a EOL, it makes it that much more fun and competitive to try to beat these guys that are getting so much faster. So it's a blast.
No, it definitely is, and it translates on the screen for sure, and I'm sure the viewers will agree. Yeah, it is just so much fun to watch, and it's really hard sometimes to make sure we capture all of the action going on, just because there's always something, more than one spot on the track. Luckily with Lanier, it's a good track. We can see a lot of the action all over the place, so we're able to capture most of it. And that was a really, really fun race. 50 laps here at Lanier in a non-wing sprint that you guys put on a show. Well, as I said, it is, I believe, did I say Lanier? No, we're at Lanier today. It's February tomorrow with limited late models. So if we get you on the screens, do you reckon you'll be on the track tomorrow night, or out with the young one again?
This one's going to be, I'll probably have volleyball.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, because tonight I actually got home early. I had a migraine and took some medicine. I actually started to feel better and saw what time it was, so I was able to hop on. So
racing is the best medicine.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, look, if we don't see you tomorrow night, we're going to be doing it all over again Sunday night American onwards next week as we sort of come through, I guess, the final 9 weeks of racing. Not a lot of racing to sort of go. We're at, well, not a lot of racing. There is a lot of racing to come. We're at the halfway mark of the season. So yeah, this is where it's going to get really interesting, where the boys will start to see what sort of foundations you guys have built. There's a few of you, yourself included, where in this division specifically, you've come from sort of the mid part of the top 10 into the top 5, and really starting to challenge for those podium positions. So some of those guys who, John Bennett, unfortunately having technical issues, hasn't been able to get on the track. Some of those gaps getting closed. So you've got to, you will have the worry that he'll be back eventually. He will be back before the end of the season. We know that's going to happen. So you've got to continue to build your foundation. How much of a gap has he built? Sort of enough to, in guys like that. Travis McDonald's another one that's been away. What sort of breathing room have they given themselves? But we're about to find out as we sort of race home on that last half of the season. Before we let you go, though, my man, friends, family, and sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out for making all this possible?
The wife and kids, like always. You, Bob, with the broadcast, all the guys at KHR, all the admins, KP Plumbing Services, John, my teammate with Bam Motorsports. Hopefully we get Josh roped in to do the Three Amigos. So, but that's about it, Bob.
Awesome, man. Well, look, congratulations. Good at racing. A couple of really good 4.5-second leads out there. A couple of scary moments, but no, you held on, took it home, and continued that run into the top 5 points-wise for the competition. So, it's always awesome to have you on our screens when we can, or even better to have you in the booth when we can. That part is up to you. So we'll definitely know we'll talk to you again soon in some capacity, but when, that is up to you. But congratulations yet again, man. Enjoy bragging rights for another week.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. All right, that was Ken McLean, our winner here tonight. He'll join Tom Land as our 2 winners. Tom Land, of course, took out the Wayneswood A.S.S Racing Series, Asphalt Street Stocks. Ken McLean, the Shuler Racing Series non-wing 360 sprints here at the Lanier National Speedway. I want to say a big thanks to Dawson, Jesse, Birdie, Alex, Doug, and Dino for the likes, the shares, the follows, the resubs even. I want to thank Cowboy Rusty, Brian Angel, Kent McLean, Jesse Ingram, Chris Dandridge, all jumping in the chat. I really appreciate you all. I've got to run. I'm just going to go do something really, really quickly, urgently. So thank you for watching. We're back in one more race tomorrow. So tune in again then. We'll talk to you then. Until then, though, you know the drill. Love yous all. Bye.